Hi Capricorn, welcome to Essence Reflections Tarot. My name is Krista. This is your weekly reading for the week of May 13th to 19th, 2019. If you're new to my channel, you can check out my introduction video. It just gives you an idea of how I tend to approach my readings, or you can go ahead and stay right here and you can watch me demonstrate how I do my readings. So keep in mind that this is a general reading. It might not resonate for everyone. Take what fits and leave the rest. And let's get going. So the first card we have here, which is the card that's going to speak to us about what's going on for you physically, is the Star in reverse. The second card, which is about your emotions, is the Six of Wands. And the third card, which talks about where you're at mentally, is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And their final card, which speaks of where things are at spiritually, is the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So it looks like you feel like you are winning emotionally. You have achieved victory in terms of a passion of yours, or something that you're very passionate about. And that's in terms of your emotions. In terms of where you're thinking, it's a bit topsy-turvy right now. It's like things have really undergone some changes for you. What was up is now down, and what was down is now up. And how you see things and how you perceive them has completely changed, and is continuing to completely change. And so as this goes on, the Wheel of Fortune can be a reminder to us that as things are going on around us, and maybe what's happening is causing us to have our thoughts, bounce around everything that's going on and kind of run in circles and go a little off the rails. Notice what's happening for you. Are you at the outside of that circle? I should put it this way. Are you at the outside of that circle, or are you in the center with everything moving around you, but you yourself are still, and you yourself are able to keep your perspective? Or be aware of what your perspective is, rather than being rattled around so much that you don't even know which way is up anymore. And this is a new thing for you, in terms of learning how to do that. And it's okay if you don't know how to do that right now. That's something that you're working on. Not only in terms of mentally, but also spiritually as well. Things there for you seem a little bit upside down, and you've been putting in the work, but it doesn't feel like it's really going anywhere for you right now. And that happens. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a dead end at all. Sometimes when we feel like we're standing still, that's when some of the best work is getting done, and it comes to a point where things really change. It looks like, in terms of spirituality, you are coming towards the end of a cycle. You're not at the place where you're where you have mastery of it. You're still within the apprenticeship scope. And it feels like you're really itching to be your own boss. And be your own boss in terms of your spirituality. And actually, it looks like you're wanting to be your own boss in terms of how you embody your spirituality. You have a vision for that, but working that out and having it come into fruition and to be a reality is not, it's not where you want it right now. You can see it, but you're not there. And the thing about having a vision is we can hold them too tightly sometimes. Having a vision, sometimes if we have just that one thing in mind, can be limiting. So if we're able to open the scope a little bit and allow for things to work themselves out practically in a way that we don't have control over, then things can work out in ways we didn't see were possible. So what do I mean by that? It's one thing to have the vision. It's another thing to have all the steps in line and set up and ready, and to want it to go that specific way, because things don't always go specifically the way we plan them. And especially while you're kind of riding this emotional high, it can be very frustrating that physically things are not falling into place for you the way you want them to. But know that that's okay. And I know that's not what you want to hear, that things don't always work out the way you want them to. But I'm talking more about the journey to get there doesn't always work out the way we want it to. The vision that you hold for yourself is true to who you are. If that's the case, then it can happen in all kinds of amazing ways. And you have been putting in the work. But this is an encouragement to continue to keep putting in the work. And to stay focused. It's about focus. That's what this is about. It's about staying focused and keeping your eyes on the prize and not worrying so much about how to coordinate things, but to just do what's in front of you to do. Do the next thing. And if you don't see the steps beyond that, that's okay. As you're doing this step, and once you do this step, the other steps in the process will work themselves out, and you'll know what to do next. And remember that as things are rolling around in your mind, try to find in your calm center within all of that, so that it's not pulling you around. So stay focused. That's your your tip for this week. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If it resonated for you, please leave me a comment down below. And if it didn't, that's okay. Again, it's a general reading. It doesn't resonate for everybody. And if you would like a more in-depth personal reading, the link to my website is in the description box below. Or you can just send me a message here and we can get started on a reading for you. I hope you have an excellent week.